back to marriage moments. As we roll into the Valentine's Day weekend, we wanted to actually talk about real love. But before we dive into that, we want to get a couple of things straight. So, as we talk about Valentine's Day, ladies, this is not just a holiday for us. This is not, where are my flowers? Where are my candy? Have you made those dinner reservations? Where are my gifts? Those are acts of love, but if you think about it, you're each other's Valentine. So ladies, wives, please, have you thought about what you're doing for your spouse? Have you planned something? Please take time and make sure that they feel special, that they feel like I took time to do something special for them on Valentine's Day.
That's good. And also too, for the men, just making sure too, I know that we may all be at different places, but you still want to make sure that your wife knows that you're thinking about her, how special she is. And so you can do simple things. You can make dinner at home, candlelight dinners. If you can't get a whole dozen right now, one's good. It's
wanna do.
I like that. Wanna do. Yeah, because again, it's not so much just saying I love you, but it's being able to express it. It's an action that comes with the word love.
So men, you heard, you're not off the hook. We're just saying the ladies need to participate.
That's good.
So now, as we talk about real love,
yeah.
What does real love mean to you?
I think when you think about real love, you could go to passages like John 3:16, God so loved the world. Passages like 1 Corinthians.
Oh, that was really good. God so loved the world, he gave.
Yeah, he gave.
Oh, and that's like all things. I mean, when you talk about when I love you, I'm giving of myself. That's
yes,
good.
Yeah. And so 1 Corinthians 13. And in it there's different elements, different dimensions.
Ooh,
I guess you could say that.
Can we talk about each one of those?
We could talk about those.
So let's talk about one. What do you got?
I believe, let's say patience.
Oh my God.
Being patient. I think we all, let's just be real. Is you and I and
right.
y'all.
Right.
Let's just be real with each other. We all need an extra dose of patience.
Yes. And James tells us, let patience have her perfect work. And I heard someone say this, and it was so good. You have to practice patience.
That's good.
Practice, like, okay,
that's good.
This is an opportunity for patience. And when you're praying, and these are things you want to be praying for as well. Lord, help me with my patience. I actually pray in the morning, God, help me be a better wife. Help me be a better child of yours. Help me be a better mother, and so on. But when you pray those things, when those opportunities come, you don't want to fail the test. So you have to practice patience. Like, oh, here comes an opportunity, not for me to be easily provoked and fly off the handle.
That's good.
But operate in God's patience, because it's possible.
That's good.
What's another one we want to? That's in
being kind.
Oh yes.
I know men in the Bible, it talks about us as husbands not being bitter, not being harsh towards our wives. And so
our wives.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Loving our wives as Christ loved the church.
Yeah.
And so understanding that there's, I guess I could say, a gentleness that comes along with that. And so that's something that we as husbands need to be implementing. I know we want to have the tough exteriors and tough demeanors, but understanding that, when you're dealing with your spouses, and it's not to say from a negative perspective, like they're weak and can't handle things, but understanding I almost want to say like how delicate and special and treasurable. I might have made up a word.
God's daughters.
Yeah, God's daughters. And so we want to be mindful of those things. I know we're talking about real love, but for a moment, let's just talk about kind of shifting gears, how the word love has really, I hear people so often, is really almost to a place where they love everything. And so the word love is almost like it's been diluted to a certain degree, that, the world's perspective, it's if I love you, if you're doing what I want you to do.
Right.
I love you if this relationship is benefiting me and I'm getting something out of the deal. And so this real love that we're talking about, this isn't, and you know, I guess I could say it like this: this isn't just some magical thing
Right.
that happens.
Right.
As you said, this is something that we're praying and asking God for.
Right.
This is something that we're having to practice on a daily basis.
Right. And one of the keys, I mean, before you can love anyone else, you need to love yourself. And sometimes you may have someone that doesn't feel whole. And so
That's
I
good.
can't truly love you until I love what God has created in me.
That's
you know,
good. That's good.
I see it as a marvelous work. And I've allowed God to love on me because different, you know, we have different
That's
walks
good.
of life and different things that we've gone through.
Right.
You have to allow God to shower you with his love
Yeah.
so you can see yourself as God sees you.
That's good.
And know that you're worthy of that love. And then when you get to that space, now from outside of my cup, my runneth over,
That's
I
good.
can now pour some love out on you.
That's good. That's good.
And be able to receive your love.
That's good.
Be
That's
able to
good.
receive your love.
That's good. You know, with this, getting back, you know, with real love, you know, being gentle and
Yes.
being kind, not easily provoked.
Yes.
You know, I think that's definitely a good one when you're
Yes.
dealing with husbands and wives.
Right.
Not saying that every day is per se a perfect day,
Right.
but you're not allowing the things on the outside to put you in a position or disposition
Right.
that when you're dealing with your spouse, that is from a negative place,
Right.
and being short fused and
Right.
quick tempered.
Right.
I'll just be transparent. You know, I thank God that He's been able to work on me,
Right.
because early on I was short fused, short tempered. I guess is a way that you will want to put it. But just dying to self and yielding to
Right.
self and really allowing God's love to be operating in me and making a decision to allow it to operate through me.
Exactly. Another one in 1 Corinthians
Yeah.
13, long suffering. And when you're Pastor and I made the decision, we're in this. Like
Yeah.
we have a covenant. He ain't going nowhere. I'm not
Yeah.
going anywhere. He's stuck with me. I'm stuck with him in a good way.
Thank you.
Because we
Yeah.
understand we have a covenant.
That's good.
And so sometimes the world's perspective is like, this don't work out, I'm out. But when you're in a covenant,
That's good.
you understand, like, I have to work at this thing. There's some things I have to compromise. I have to prefer him in
That's
things.
good.
I have to be selfless.
That's good.
And do things that more, you know, that he enjoys, and I enjoy it because he enjoys it. I'm not there like I've been dragged to this
That's good.
place or how long it's gonna be. I'm just doing it for you. If you're telling me that, you are no longer doing anything for me. You know, it's like, because I know you're not enjoying it, but for us, it's like if he enjoys it, I enjoy it. If I enjoy it, he enjoys it.
That's
And it
good.
brings us genuine joy individually and together as a couple because we're doing it together as a couple.
That's good. And I like that, you know, the preferring, because in this, you're not able to, you know, if you've been married any period of time, hopefully you've come to the place of understanding that this isn't the place that you can be selfish.
Yeah.
And if you're definitely looking to get married, it's definitely not Burger King where you can just have it your way all
Right,
the time.
right.
There's compromise. And when you said that, you know, I need people to understand that word isn't a negative word.
Right.
It's a good thing that when you're preferring one another, when you're looking to be a blessing unto one another. I remember Apostle Thompson many years ago made a statement, and he was saying, you know, it should be in marriage that you all are trying to outdo each other.
Yes.
And so it should be that we're always looking to spoil
Right.
to spoil one another. And the good thing is the real love that we're talking about today, this isn't something that's just for Valentine's Day.
Right.
You know, so we need to emphasize that. I
Yes.
know we've mentioned Valentine's
Right.
Day, but what we're talking about is an everyday, a real genuine love, a love that's unconditional, a sacrificial
Right.
love. And go ahead.
And going back to the life, it's really a lifestyle of love. So, like Pastor, he flirts with me. You know, he sends me texts Because you remember, if you think about when you first got together and it was just like, oh, you can still have that. You know, people see us and we've been married 23 years and they're like, oh, you guys must be newlyweds. And it's like, no, what we have is a lasting love.
Yes.
We really appreciate each other. We're not getting away from, you know, why, you know, I fell in love with him and all the things that I love about him. And real love makes you stay even when real love tied to that long suffering piece. When you're just in it for like looks and the butterflies don't keep you there when it's like, okay, you are getting on my last nerve or I've gotten on his last nerve. It's the love and the long suffering that I understand. You love me through, you know, when I'm having a moment, and I'm going to love you. And nothing changes in regards to that real love.
That's good. And I want to say something too, even as you're saying long suffering, because you have to understand when co-pastor and I are talking about this, is that there's moments or there's times that things may go on, but we're not talking about that it's long suffering where we're miserable.
Oh, that's
now you need to make sure you understand that we're not talking about a miserable long suffering.
Right.
Really, what we're looking at is even as it says, it's a love that bears all things, that it endures.
Yes.
We understand that we're not in a temporary contract. But we're in a lasting covenant.
Right.
And so it's not one foot is inside the house and one foot is outside. But we're in this thing for the long haul.
Absolutely.
Hallelujah. Absolutely. Praise God. Well, we hope that you've enjoyed this drop in today. Yes. May you all have a wonderful and blessed Valentine's Day. And thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you.
God bless.